Good evening, everyone. My name is Jasmine El Sobaldia, and I'm currently pursuing my Master's in Education Management in the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. Today, I will be presenting my research on integrating bridging leadership theory in managing elementary schools in the division of Lucena. Bridging leadership theory, which emphasizes fostering multi-stakeholder processes to address complex social, institutional, and environmental challenges. Bridging leadership is a management strategy that promotes practices aimed at reducing social disparities by driving collective action for social change. School administrators utilize this approach to connect teachers, parents, local government units, and community organizations effectively through the Adapt School program, Republic Act number 8525. The study purpose was to assess the applicability of integrating bridging leadership theory into elementary school management in the division of Lucena. Specifically, it aimed to answer the following questions. Number one, what is the profile of the respondents in terms of 1.1 age, 1.2 sex, and 1.3 educational attainment? Number two, what are the prevailing characteristics of the school heads in terms of the following components: 2.1 ownership, 2.2 co-ownership, and 2.3 co-creation. Number three, how is bridging leadership theory applied in managing the elementary schools in terms of the following aspects of school administration? 3.1 records management, 3.2 financial management, 3.3 facilities and staff management, and 3.4 school safety for emerging opportunities. Number four, is there any significant relationship between the prevailing bridging leadership characteristics and the respondent's profile? Number five, is there any significant difference in how the bridging leadership theory is integrated into the school management when the respondents are grouped according to profile? For methods of research, the descriptive research method is highly appropriate for the present study because it enables a comprehensive analysis of how bridging leadership is integrated in school management practices in Lucena City. Specifically, it allows for systematic observation, documentation, and analysis of the current state of leadership strategies within educational institutions without manipulating variables. Summary of findings, conclusions, and recommendations. Problem 1, the profile of the respondents. Out of 296 respondents, 120 are 31 to 40 years old. About 269 female, master degree are held by 133, while doctorates are held by 3. Conclusion, the survey participants are predominantly female, young adults with majority possessing master's degree while only minority possess doctorates. Recommendation: it is recommended to develop programs and leadership opportunities that support the advancement of female educators and young professionals, while also encouraging providing pathways for further academic advancement, such as pursuing doctorate degrees. Problem 2, the prevailing characteristic of the school heads. Findings: the school administrators' bridge leadership skills show their commitment to successful collaboration in crucial situations. The high score of 3.54 reflects highly manifested ownership. The highest average score, 3.54, meaning highly manifested, implies that the several stakeholders are actively fixing the problem through shared accountability. The leaders' efforts to achieve a common vision through tangible methods are shown in the highest average score of 3.47, which is moderately manifested in co-creation. Conclusion: the school administrators exhibit a strong commitment to collaboration with a high level of involvement from various parties in co-ownership and effective strategies for achieving a common vision as reflected in their strong bridging leadership qualities. Recommendation: it is recommended that the school administrators continue to foster and enhance their collaborative efforts and strategies, strong bridging leadership qualities to further strengthen co-ownership and achieve shared goals. Problem number three, bridging leadership theory applied in managing the elementary school. Findings: 3.48 indicates the bridging leadership theory is applicable to records. In financial, the highest mean score of 3.51 indicating always. 3.53 denotes always for facilities and personnel management. 3.57 shows that the bridging leader facilitates and create possibilities for school safety and development. Conclusion: bridging leadership theory in records, financial facilities, and staff management, as well as enhancing school safety and developing opportunities, is applicable and favorable. Recommendation: it is recommended that leadership theory across all management areas, including records, financial facilities, staff management, and school safety, to sustain innovation and effectively facilitate the creation of opportunities. Problem number four, significant relationship between the prevailing bridging leadership characteristics and the respondent profile. Findings: with p-value consistently below the significance threshold of 0.05 lead to the rejection of the null hypothesis, confirming that the respondent profile play a crucial role in shaping these leadership traits. Conclusion: suggesting that leadership development programs should be tailored to consider these differences in diverse educational settings. Recommendation: the school division office and school administrators should create demographically focused leadership training program for educators to maximize bridging leadership development. Problem number five, significant difference on how the bridging leadership theory is integrated into the school management when the respondents are grouped according to profile. Finding: the Carrasco-Wallis age test result indicates the age significantly influences respondent assessment of the applicability of integrating bridging leadership in financial management with a p-value of 0.009, which is less than the significance level of 0.05. However, no significant differences were found in the respondent assessment of records management, school facilities, personnel management, and safety measures, as the null hypothesis was not rejected for these areas. Conclusion: age-specific strategies may be most beneficial for focusing on financial leadership practices. Recommendation: financial leadership training can be tailored to age-related learning preferences and strengthens to guarantee the educators at different life stage can effectively manage financial resources, improving school management and resource efficiency. Thank you so much for your listening.